Right now we should be good. Okay. Okay, here we are. All right, welcome to the cooking segment. Oh wait, that's a short. All right. So, here we are. Grilling steak, potatoes, and corn from my greatest rival.
We're making a steak. You pat it dry first. Don't let the juicy steak juice fuck up your later cook. You want to get all the moisture off your steak. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. You know, just that. Just get the excess off, and then take a good grip of good salt. This is kosher salt, hanging up above, so it gets good coverage. And this is the kind of coverage you're looking for on a steak. So we're gonna let this sit on this rack in the fridge.
All right. We already have one big disagreement I have. Again, generously season your steak with salt and pepper. I don't cure my fucking steak, and that's essentially what Jake is doing right now. Because it'll dry the fucking thing out.
For at least an hour or so. You could do this overnight, it'll only get better. And then if you do it for too long, then you start to dry age the thing. But this is essentially just a short little, barely even a dry brine necessarily. Just salting it, seasoning it up ahead of time, and then also we're gonna do it with black pepper. Don't be shy. See how I'm pressing that in? You can also do this on a cutting board and roll it around. You've probably seen that before if you're a steak person. A little bit on the edge here. This will be really tasty. Anyway, this is a ribeye. So this is a kind of a fattier cut of meat. We'll be doing this on the grill. So you'll see this kind of render out. Otherwise, if you were pan searing this, I'd probably cut this big fatty piece off. But
why?
You can also trim it if you just don't want to eat that. You can also I cook it, and then if you don't want to eat it, just get rid of it. But this is a beautiful piece of meat from my local butcher. Do a little bit more salt on the edge here.
Well, then why are you bastardizing it?
There we go. And that's it. Steak prepped. We're going to take this and just pop it into my fridge. And it's going to sit in the fridge for about an hour. And then when it's done, we'll be back. Okay. We're grilling. All right, first step. Grill's on. Grill's on already. First step, scrape your grill.
Don't scrape it with those fucking wire brushes. The wire can get in the meat.
There you go. I have a cast iron, boys. Good to go. You just don't want any major shit everywhere. So this is warm. First things we're gonna do is I'm gonna prep all this right here, right at the.
Okay. Another big problem I have is he shucked his corn, which in my opinion is a big no-no. And he's using a gas grill for ribeye steaks. Now, steak, you want the fire or your cooking medium hotter than the halls of hell. Now, this was chicken or pork or something else. Burgers, gas grill, fine. Whatever. Who cares? But steak, that you want a kettle grill, lump charcoal, and yeah.
Grill because it's really easy. Salt and pepper can go over here for a sec. Yeah, salt, pepper. Okay, so I got corn, I got a few potatoes, some thyme, and a steak that's been pre-seasoned. You saw that already. So first thing we're gonna do, this is olive oil in a sprayer. Just give it a little spritz. In fact, I should do it over this. I'm also gonna do it.
Potatoes are gonna take for fucking
in front
ever.
of the steak because it needs oil too. So the steak's been sitting for about an hour. I'm gonna take the salt. It's gonna go.
Why would you oil the steak?
And then the corn goes on the top. That's a hot part in the back there. Same thing with the potatoes. A little salt.
Jake, just friendly advice, buddy. Keep the corn shut, right? Keep it in the green shit. Throw it in the goddamn in your sink, in a sink full of cold water. Leave it in there for about an hour or two, and then bring it out and throw it on the grill. The corn will steam, and it'll be delicious. Your corn's gonna be dry, dude.
Okay, here's one. Let me see, this is pretty easy. I got salt in my hands too, so I can just kind of do that. There.
I guarantee you my corn turned out better than his.
And
Because the second you shuck the corn, it starts drying the fuck out.
Actually, these are a little bit bigger than normal. I'm gonna put them down here for just a second and let them.
And potatoes take for fucking ever, and I really don't do potatoes on the grill. I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with it. But I just think I think potatoes, your better product is especially for Yukon Gold potatoes, your best product is boil them, mash them, little sour cream, little chives, a little buttermilk, and you should be golden.
Start going. This isn't quite super hot yet. Okay, we're gonna shut this, and we'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna let these heat up. We'll see how long it's been. Okay, you can see the grill is getting closer to 500 degrees on the top here. This is gonna serve two purposes. The first thing I'm doing is I'm getting these potatoes nice and happy. You can see they're starting to get color on them, so I'm gonna lift these to the top.
Yeah, but they'll be burnt on the outside and still dead ass raw in the center.
I just kind of wanted them to start heating up because potatoes take a minute. Well, they take 20 minutes.
I mean, and your steak is getting a little too warm, my dude.
So maybe longer. This heat.
I mean,
and then
again,
you can also see
you want room temperature, but you don't want the outside in the middle of fucking July.
Probably gonna get a little bit of color on the corn there, and we're just gonna flip that to the other side. So this is serving two purposes. We're gonna shut this now and let this keep cooking. But as you can see, the temperature drops. So it's really important that you keep your grill closed a lot. People tend to open the grills and stuff, and that's just no way for that to build heat up in there.
Or again, you could just buy a kettle grill and lump charcoal and you'll be fine.
Don't do that. We're gonna let this get back up to 500 and stay there for a little bit. Or close to it. This is preheating the grill grates as well, so that when we put this steak on, that you can see just continues to be seasoned and looking good. It will.
I can already kind of tell your steak is having the juice extracted from it, aka the moisture from the salt that you put on way too fucking early.
Help this get browned faster and more delicious looking, so we won't have like gray steamed meat or whatever. I don't know, I think that's it. So we're gonna wait for these to cook for a little bit. We're gonna let this get at 500, and then things will start moving a little bit faster. Like we're gonna put this on for a couple minutes each side, probably 4 minutes or so each side. I haven't actually timed it. I just sort of like look at it, so we'll see what happens. All right, you see the temperatures climbing. Actually, I want to look at this real quick because I want to see how fast these potatoes are cooking. Let's let it get to 500. You see how, like, there's no rush. Like, just let they skid up the temp. Don't be scared of the heat. It's this is what grills are for. It's for high heat cooking. That's why we do it outside. Because if you do temperatures like this inside, it makes your house uncomfortable, and you know, you could be dangerous. You could.
No, it doesn't. As long as you know what in the fuck you're doing. Cast iron will get up that hot.
Light a fire on something. It's about 500. Just look at it. Oh yeah. See, we're getting more color on this. I'm just gonna give it like a quarter turn. These are getting color. Yeah. So this is good. This is a good pace. We're gonna shut this, and we're just gonna leave this going. I'd say probably 3 or 4 minutes. We'll see. Okay, it's been 2.5, 3 minutes or so, and you can see lots of good color on there. You know, we want these to be a little crisp and stuff, a little nice. Cook through the. This is pretty big. I usually cook fingerlings. We'll see, but I want to cook this steak. It's getting a little hairy out here. This will carry over and cook for a while. Okay, so we see some good color on the corn. I'm gonna spin it so the fat side gets a little bit of that heat as well. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we look at the steak. We see the moisture on top of it. We're gonna dab it. Okay, we don't want any.
That's supposed to be in the
we don't want to
steak.
have a wet steak going in there. If you don't dab it, you're gonna have, you know, moisture from the steak that you're boiling off with the heat. You don't want that. You want dry. You hear the wind. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna spray this with oil. You can do this right over, actually. Just one side there, and then go all the way to the back, hot part. Beautiful. I'm gonna spray this side too. And then we're gonna shut it. And we're gonna let that go for a little bit. We'll be back. All right, you see we got back up to above 500. Open it up. We're gonna let that keep going a little bit. I just wanna toss everything around a little bit. We'll talk for a second. It's not gonna take long. Move that away from the steak. You see this is starting to blister really pretty. Put this guy down.
Yeah, it's burning.
In here a little bit. I think he needs more heat. This is gonna keep going. All right, so it's gonna cook for, you know, 4 or 5 minutes aside. Maybe less, depending on the cut, maybe more if it's thicker. I'm just gonna look at it. I could usually just tell. I also brought thyme. We're gonna hit it with some thyme at the end, just to give it a little more round flavor, goodness. And then importantly, we're gonna let it rest. So I'm gonna pull it out on the cutting board. I'm gonna walk over the table, set stuff up, and then we will let it rest. But when I cook steak outside, especially when you salt it early, it helps retain a lot of moisture. So when you salt it early like this,
pulling it out.
I'm not so worried about.
Again, you spend how much money on the ribeye steak?
What doneness
And
I
you
get.
completely fucked it?
I usually get about a medium, but I worry about what the outside looks like because I want that fat to render, and that's way more important. If we get to the fat rendering, it's very unlikely you're just going to overcook this thing if you're paying attention, right? So you just, you know, stand here. So now I'm going to flip this because you can see like kind of the crispies on the edge, and you can see this flames happening, so I know that fat's dripping down. I'm going to flip this.
Okay, wait a second. Hold up. When in the hell did he put that down? Okay, put it at about 8 minutes, and he's at. Dude, it hasn't even been 2 minutes. Okay, this is how you cook a steak. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. You should be at rare. 2 minutes, 2 minutes more, you should be at medium rare. Getting a little closer to medium. 2 minutes after that, medium to medium well. 2 minutes more, well done.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip this. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it. That's looking really tasty. It doesn't. If it doesn't want to come up, if it doesn't want to come up when you pull it, it's still kind of cooking.
Except your fat's burning.
A little bit. Sometimes they'll fuse a little bit, but usually the meat will tell you when it's ready to go. See how good this is looking, man? It's good corn. All right, we're gonna let that get back up to 500 again. So you see how the temperature doesn't drop a ton. And this is just cooking steak. What I want is the bottom to get like caramelized before I flip it.
You've already made sure to fuck that.
Or at least start to get caramelized. It needs to go, probably, it's gonna hit 500, I'm gonna flip.
Again, you salted way too early. I mean, again, it's nothing inherently, oh my god, jaw-dropping wrong, just, again.
Flip it one more time. On the other side.
I guess I just hate to see a good ribeye
angles
get
so
all
it gets a little
fucked
bit
up.
Better heat on it. You can hear it though, I think. Maybe the mic on this is only picking up other stuff, but I can hear the sizzle. So if you can hear the sizzle, that's good. Just get up to 5, a little bit further. This is just how I do it with this grill. It'll change based on the grill, how quick this goes, how slow this goes.
Well, typically, if you use a charcoal grill for anything except steak, it's indirect heat, low and slow.
But yeah, oh yeah, I can already see it.
Okay, here's a quick rundown of grills. Gas grills are a nice all-purpose grill. You'll get a good product, maybe even a great product. But oh my hand of holy God, mouth-watering product from a gas grill? No, not gonna happen. You need charcoal or wood for that, because you need the smoke. Charcoal grills are a temperamental son of a bitch, but boy do they make a better product. But it's a lot more work.
Yeah, see how it comes up much easier? Yes.
Smokers make a fantastic product, but again, it's a lot of work.
And then you can see, let's do it this way. Oops, there we go.
Dude, will you put
So
out
like
the
that.
flame?
Give it a little press, because you want it to make good contact. This is good to go. I'm gonna set this over here to cool. Over here. I'm gonna set these over here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But Hank Hill's wrong. My charcoal grill could whoop his gas grill's, his propane grill's ass any day of the week. Sorry, gas can't beat lump charcoal.
Here to cool as well. These will carry over cook for a while. They're gonna be molten fucking hot. So now that is just steak going in there. These are gonna cool. This is gonna keep going, and then when I'm about to flip it, I'll be back. All right, back up above 500. You can.
Dude, how long are your cuts? Once a steak goes on, it's from on to done is 8 minutes.
Hear it sizzling, dude. You can see it. I'm gonna go like this. Now you see I did a different angle. I want this fat to be able to render better. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's still.
Okay, your steak. I'll wait to see the final product.
Still good to go. So this is cooling. I'm gonna transfer everything over the other one before, but yeah. If you want to, it's really good. Hit this with more black pepper. And then I strongly suggest, whether you like butter or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a gas grill. I have a gas grill, and I use it. It depends on what I'm doing. But if I really want to go the extra mile, like if I get ribeyes, I'm firing up my charcoal grill because I bought a premium piece of meat, so I'm going to treat it like a premium piece of meat. But if I just got some burgers and I'm really not in the mood to fire up the charcoal grills, I'm just going to fucking fire the gas grill up.
If you like butter, it's a thing. Obviously, butter and corn's really good. I don't have any butter out here. I certainly don't have any that sprays. Spray it just one more time with butter, or olive oil in my case. Also these. And you'll thank me later because that fat's gonna sit on there and get up in the corn goodness. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I should bring up in the process of grilling. If you want it to look pretty, 4 flips, including the first one. So set it down, 1 flip, and then now to the flip we're on.
Yeah, what I was talking about, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, but that steak already almost looks fucked.
And then to the next flip, just to have it like diamondy shaped or square or whatever, but who gives a fuck, right? It's gonna taste good.
Believe it or not, I actually agree with you, Jake. I don't give a fuck about grill marks.
There's no real rule to flipping, but if you flip too early or too often, you'll not get the lines and stuff.
Nobody cares.
Man, I can see this rendering. I think I'm gonna flip it. Oh yeah, you can see.
Oh, you see, that's bad. The steak's starting to come apart. That's bad.
Falling on that fat rendered and fell right apart. Yeah, you can see the connective tissue breaking down. This is pretty good. This is where we're headed. This is what we want.
All right.
That's gonna get nice and charry too.
I have no
Beautiful.
faith in you, but all right.
Okay, we're pretty close. You can also see actually some fat sometimes drips off of these and renders, and you see it burning at the bottom.
No, if a steak starts coming apart, that means it's overdone.
Big Strong recommend.
If this was like a pork butt, I'd be saying, okay, now we got a product. But right now, that steak's overdone. That steak might be overdone and dry as hell because he sucked all the moisture out, adding the salt way too early.
When you see that, watch your heat gauge because it adds to the heat, obviously, or I think it's obvious. This will get up much higher than I want it to if I don't monitor this.
That's why you have your beer there. Dump some beer down there and kill the fire. I don't care if a chef agrees with me. Do you know who does agree with me? Grill Masters. And since we're technically grilling, that's who the opinions we should be listening to, don't you think? God damn it. Okay, now we're back.
If I had more steaks, usually when it renders more fat, like if I have 3 ribeyes on here, I start a grease fire in the bottom of this fucking thing. So, let's talk about this grill. It's not the grill that I'm gonna end this with, this whole backyard thing, but it's the grill I'm gonna have until our deck is finished. And then when our deck is finished, I'm gonna have a more, I don't know, robust situation. I didn't want to.
Be careful with. Okay, just because I don't want you to be homeless. Be careful with what grill you put on a deck. A gas grill is usually fine, but a charcoal grill gets way too hot. It can set your deck on fire.
Splurge on a.
Trust me, I had a friend that'd see the exact same thing that happened to him.
Grill if I didn't know where it was going to be.
Thankfully, it was just the deck that was on fire and not his fucking house.
Oh man, that is fucking. That is. Oh god.
Oh
dude.
my
okay,
god.
this is done.
Oh.
This is done. We can let it sit over the.
Dude.
Sit over its
Pour your
flame
fucking
for a
beer
moment.
down there!
Grease flame. Remove this. Oh yeah, I guess I have a little bit of a. Should have brought a beer koozie, dude. I don't drink a lot. More of a smoker, dude. Okay, so here's a ribeye. I'm gonna pull it off, bring it over here. It's gonna rest for a second, and then we'll cut in. Well, I mean, I just pulled it off. I should show you this side too. It's fucking busted, dude. Obviously, like, look at that shit. Anyway, we'll be right back. Okay, so it looks really fucking good. Everything
looks like
is
shit.
well, it's not quite where I want it. Let's reorganize this. Let's reorganize the situation. I'm right-handed. These are pretty warm. These don't need to be on there.
There's another thing we don't agree with.
Beautiful
I'm left-handed.
ribeye. Oh man. Oh yeah. It's been resting for just a second. Well, not just a second. 3 minutes or so, 4 minutes. Just gonna do a little time here. Now it's gonna be a little drier than you'd probably if you do it like right now. But I don't give a fuck. Do it earlier when it's resting, and it'll have time to hydrate if you have like drier time. You see, I also have a plant here, and wow, that guy's going fast. You hear that guy? Going so fast. And I have some rosemary. In my backyard. Anyway, I'm gonna try the corn first. Let's say the best for last. Oh yeah, man. That's so good. Good.
Yeah, my corn is so moist that it's actually dripping. But you do you.
The little char. You can go further than this as well. Corn will hold up for a long time. Potatoes should smash if it's the right one. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah. So I think we have like a little bit of a.
Yeah, those are
Now
done.
here's what I like to do with potatoes. If I do them on the grill or whatever, take them off and just let them sort of sit like this. I don't need a whole fuckload of potatoes right now. Okay. So I mean, I'm gonna take a bite of
Dude, those things are fucked.
this little burnt
This is why I don't do potatoes on the grill.
end part. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna judge that. I want to see the basic. Okay, here we go.
Anyway, as you can see, you know,
I'd say medium
so?
well.
whatever it takes to get this stuff happen.
Okay, so the steak is completely overdone. Now I know it's Jake's steak. He can cook it to his liking, but to me, medium well is completely fucking overdone.
Rendered fat is like the best. Oh,
Depends on what cut.
here's the way to go.
Ribeye's pretty good. But yeah, in my opinion, Jake, your steak is completely overdone. But if you like medium well, your steak, your prerogative. And if you were paying me, I'd cook you a medium well steak. I don't eat medium well steak.
That's so good. So ribeyes are my favorite cut on the grill, really. You could also do things like flank steak, skirt steak. I would marinate those in like a chili. You can see the cook on it.
It's completely overdone.
Some people don't like ribeyes because they're so fatty, but that's like what makes them good. You don't have to eat all the fat if you don't want it. You know, just
Who
make
the
good
hell
cuts.
hates a ribeye?
Yeah, dude, it's perfectly rendered. That's what you want to wait for. Don't pull it early. The rendered fat's the point. The whole point of this. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's nice to know I can beat you in steak.
Another way to get it, if you want a steak rarer than this, like if you like a bloody steak, well, first of all, you can get a thicker one than I did. They make ribeyes, you know, big boys.
This is about the proper size of steak. Because if you get it too thick, then you have to take it off the heat and then go indirect. Because what'll happen is the outside will be a crusty Chernobylized piece of shit, and the inside is still dead fucking raw. This is about the thing that I like, but I would say that's, like you yourself said, Jake, medium well. Medium. Maybe I'll be a little nicer, medium. But to me, once a steak gets much beyond mid-rare, it's fucked.
Great way to go about it. You can cook those fuckers forever, get real crispy on the outside. It's great. The other way would be to have like maybe a charcoal grill and have it be like fucking 650.
That's why you need a charcoal grill with lump charcoal, bud. Again, nothing wrong with a gas grill, and gas grill will do a steak, but they just don't get hot enough.
Or so.
And again, nothing wrong with a gas grill. I'll defend gas grills to the day I die.
600. So just really, really hot. Otherwise, I mean, like, man, this is just so fucking nice. I like this part a lot. This outside part. Yeah. Anyway. Because I seasoned it before, it doesn't need any seasoning now. It's perfectly
because you seasoned it before, you extracted all the fucking moisture out.
balanced. If you want to add salt or pepper, you can. I can't imagine why you'd want to add salt. I can see why you'd want to add pepper. Let's try it. Let's do a little fresh cracked kind of right now. See what I prefer. I mean, it's just peppery. Both are fucking good, dude. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Live your life. Ooh, potato. Potato. You also can do.
Your potatoes are.
I prefer fingerlings.
Way underdone, by the way.
You can also just bake a potato in the oven or something while you're doing this. So good. Yeah. These probably need to be on just a second longer. Well, 2-3 minutes, but.
No, take about 20 minutes, bud.
Fuck it. Ooh, also, if you really want to go baller, put the potatoes on really, really early, and then when they get to this stage, fucking mash them down. Well, maybe this one's not done enough. Anyway, mash them down, and then put them back on the grill, and they'll have new surface area. You can also do this in the oven. Like you take a little olive oil, make smashy potatoes. So good, dude. So take them, let them cook all the way, smash them down.
I know what cooked food tastes. See what cooked food looks like, tastes like, and that's how I know this is completely fucked. I mean,
toss them again with olive oil and salt and pepper, and then put them back in the oven or on top of the grill. As long as they're little waxy potatoes, like you know, anything yellow like this, fingerlings, even red potatoes will do it. They'll hold together and they turn into like little, you know, delicious, crispy potato boys. Anyway, that's how you make a steak. This is corn, potatoes, and steak.
Yeah, I've done this better than you on my channel.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, you can see it's also very even. Easy. Anyone can do it.
Oh, that was painful. And that's who's supposed to be my great rival. Alright, this is from Bon Appetit, and apparently this is going to explain to me why I can't make this burger at home.
My name is Jay Lee, chef and owner of No One, and this is our legendary cheeseburger. This is everything that I did in our
Once again, I would like to point out, for all the Jake Dicksuckers in the chat, I've reproduced his recipes. He's never once been able to reproduce anything I do.
Restaurant kitchen that you can't replicate at home.
Okay, why can't I replicate this at home?
We can't talk burgers unless we talk beef.
Okay.
In the streets, beef is a bad thing. In the restaurant, beef is a great thing.
Why is beef in the street a bad thing? Oh, fuck it, whatever.
We make 1,000 burgers a week. 1,000 burgers a week. And this is how we get the meat. The blend of chuck, round, and sirloin. 75-25, meat to fat. You can't order beef like this for your home. But for the restaurant, we can. We have a good relationship with our meat distributor. They made a blend specific to our needs. Every patty weighs the same. It's pre-portioned, and it's easy to separate.
Okay, already we have a problem here. I hate pre-made patties. Because the meat is going to be packed so fucking tightly together that your burger is going to be a tough, chewy piece of crap.
When an order comes in, we need consistency, efficiency, and delicious and deliciousy. This blend specific for us at this size, packaged like this, you won't be able to find. Our burger at the restaurant, No One, is a double cheeseburger. Realistically, when order comes in, we're cooking like 8 orders at a time. And most home cooks don't have a flat top or griddle like this.
You know, they're not that expensive.
This is what makes smash burgers work in restaurants, because you need consistent heat and the surface area so you can cook a lot of patties at once. Most home cooks won't have this at home. If you're a home cook and you want to create a double cheeseburger, you can't probably cook more than like 1 double cheeseburger at a time, maybe 2 at most. So,
Well, it's considering Jake's so much better than me, why doesn't he show me how it's done? Oh, that's right. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
order comes in, boom, 2 burgers are right here. This one's a little broken, that's fine.
You can pick up a outdoor griddle for like $200. They're not that expensive.
Look, I want to just smash it up a little bit. We're gonna smash it anyway. Press it using the burger press. We use this on every patty.
Oh God, I hate that. I know smash burgers and whatnot, but God, I hate that.
That hits the griddle. Smash and get that Maillard reaction, creating
I
that
suppose that's enough surface area where it's gonna soak up all the juices that just shot out of it.
beefy flavor in the burger. Now the second part of the beef is the seasoning. We make a custom blend to amplify the umami flavor. I can't tell you what's exactly in it. It's a trick.
Salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, probably some shiitake mushroom powder. Am I close?
Great secret. When you're cooking a burger at home and you use your fingers, it'll clump up. It won't season evenly.
I'm sorry. I guess $200 isn't that great of amount of money to me.
We put it into the shakers. It ensures that we season our burger patty all the same, and it goes out consistently to all our guests. When you see the meat
And no, I grill all the time. And yeah, that includes the winter.
juices rise up to the top, it's ready to be flipped. Let's talk cheese. My favorite cheese on a burger is American cheese. In our case,
I agree with that.
cheese is important because not only will it add flavor, but it will
I don't normally like a whole lot of processed foods, but American cheese just has a special place in my heart.
bind the 2 patties of beef together. It's the only glue that you should be proud of eating. When you were
I don't work at a grocery store anymore.
a kid, did you eat Elmer's glue? I bet you did. That's nasty. But this glue, natural glue, to hold the 2 patties together.
Hey, I don't know if I'd go so nuts as to say American cheese is natural.
That's what we want.
I mean,
Goes on. We have a dome lid here. We use this to steam and melt the cheese on every order of burger that we cook.
by the way, you don't have to buy these steam lids. A small bowl and a screw and a knob of some sort will do the job.
In the restaurant. Add some water in there, steam, and it won't dry out the cheese either. The steam just keeps everything moist. Remember the patty that was kind of broken? I used the natural glue cheese. You can't even tell. You rest
Well,
steak.
yeah, you're not going to dry out cheese because cheese is not, especially American cheese, because that's just nothing but like some artificial molecules and fat.
After you cook them, you should also rest burgers when you cook them. When you bite into a burger and the juices just all flow out, it means it wasn't rested enough. Let's get that stack the bread up, right? We use sesame seeded milk buns, an Asian style bread that was shaped like a burger bun. And we get this made at a local bakery here in New York City. They just made this for us. They developed this recipe, and I told them that's the spec that I want. I don't expect you to be able to find a bread that's specifically like this, but that's okay. I prefer a sesame seeded bun, not brioche. No hate to brioche buns, right? It's a preference thing. And actually, I hate brioche buns. Put that in there. I hate it. The richness of the brioche bun throws the burger balance off to me. If I want to...
'Kay, okay, you have a point. But your milk bun kind of does the same goddamn thing.
Burger, I want the bread to taste pretty neutral, fresh, and not overpower what the burger is supposed to taste like. Very soft, fresh, tastes like an Asian bread. Sesame seeds are very nutty and savory. Visually, it's a natural connection of my favorite burger that I ate growing up, a Big Mac burger. But not only does Big Mac have sesame seeds, Korean cuisine is saturated with sesame seeds. So visually, there's that connection, there's that bridge to my heritage. So we use this butter wheel for our burger buns. This is my hand motion. And you're evenly buttering the buns to order, and it's very efficient, consistent, and fast. You might be asking, okay, why are you toasting the milk bun? I thought you didn't want butteriness in the burger. The butter will enhance the flavor of the milk bun without changing what the milk bun is. And number two,
Because butter's fucking delicious.
it'll toast and kind of give structural support on the top and the bottom bun. Now I'm gonna press it down gently. It's the same thing as like getting the proper sear on the patty. You also want proper toast on the bread, and we do that by just pressing it down gently. It's ready. My fingers are burning. All right, I'm gonna be a DJ right now. You ready? Very crispy. We make thousands of these every week. And every time I eat a burger, I think, okay, what can we do a little better? A little better. The bottom part of our bun was getting a little wet. So I'm like, all right, let's toast the buns. Give it some support. We'll toast off the buns first. Set the buns on the cutting board. And while that's resting, we have one cook that's putting the toppings on. Toppings add character to a burger. It adds flavor. It adds balance. As a Korean chef, pickles is one of the toppings that I truly appreciate. Without the pickles, the first bite might be delicious, but the second and third might be overly rich. So the pickle is there as a topping to help combat that. And it starts with these English cucumbers. We wanted to keep things very simple. A pickle that's more vinegary, a little punchy to combat the richness of the beef. I won't be able to find pickles that taste exactly like this because every pickle's ratio is slightly different. We cut them pretty thick and we make sure that they're even, and we use a Japanese mandolin to do so. Consistency is what separates restaurant food.
And if you use one of these things, make sure that's where your entire focus is. Because that thing will literally take a good chunk of your finger off.
Food with home food. We make 30 pounds of this a week. And when we make things in-house, we also control the cost of our food. Pickles, three main things: vinegar, sugar, salt, and then add spices. We have crushed red chili flakes, and then we have garlic. That's your customized recipe. This is a very small batch we're making. Normally it's 2 large pots to make the liquid. We make a big batch at the restaurant twice a week. These pickles are made days in advance. You want the flavor of the pickling liquid to penetrate the cucumbers, and that doesn't happen in 1 hour or 2 hours. That happens in a matter of 24 to 48 hours. I love a good backyard burger. Mustard, ketchup, American cheese, love that. What's gonna separate my burger from the rest? I gotta flex my Korean heritage. In Korean cuisine, you'll always find kimchi eaten with meat. And to me, when I look at a burger, it's a meat dish. So I'm like, all right, it. Can I curse on this?
Absolutely.
I said, it. Let's put a kimchi special sauce, roasted kimchi. It's like a Korean barbecue inspired / Big Mac. Can I say Big Mac? I don't know if that trademark. Put it together, and here it is, legendary. We're gonna put on the stove is kimchi paste. This is something that my mother taught me years ago. Beef is rich, it's fatty, and you want something to help cut through the richness. To me, as a Korean chef, we need kimchi when we eat grilled meats, and that's the reason. Damn, I'm giving away my family secrets here. I'm gonna start putting stuff in here. Garlic, I don't peel that. I got a guy that peels that. Korean chili flakes, fish sauce, white onion. Just cut this down a little bit. And this is ginger here. But I'm just gonna cut it down so it blends easier. Sugar, we're gonna blend it. Wow, that smells amazing. If you're Korean, you know what I'm talking about. You smell this, you think of your childhood. My God. This is the best one I made in a long time. To that, we're gonna add scallion. Even when we cut the ingredients, there's technique involved. You're not gonna cut this much daikon at home, and neither are you gonna cut it this fast, but it comes with years of experience. Kimchi can be made with a lot of ingredients. We're gonna make ours with Napa cabbage. We do 80 pounds of this a week. Salted overnight. Kimchi is a very interesting thing. You don't see it in burgers. You just see it as a side dish in Korean cuisine. Kimchi is perfect for a burger. Will help balance out the rich patties, the rich beef flavor. That is sexy. That is beautiful. Look at that. My God. I gotta get a taste. Whoa. Oh my God. That's a little spicy. All right. We made the kimchi. Now here's the sauce. For me personally, I love sauce. Everyone could be using similar types of beef. Everyone could be using similar types of pickles, similar type of bun, but sauce, that's the sauce. Literally, sauce is the sauce. It's a flavor bomb when I tell you. It's a trade secret, so I can't tell you all the ingredients that are in it, but there's fresh kimchi, sesame oil, Kewpie mayo. You might be able to make something like that, but it won't taste anything like this. Martial artists say you have to do something thousands of times to become an expert, and this sauce was developed by making 1,000 burgers a week for the last 4 years. And we're constantly tweaking very little by little. The kimchi we made earlier, here's the batch aged 1 week. And we chopped them up, all right? Now we're gonna saute this. In a hot pan, we're adding homemade roasted scallion oil. You don't have that at home. We're gonna start off with some garlic.
No, I can't say that I do. Apparently it's a kimchi barbecue sauce.
So roasting the kimchi is a very Korean thing. Roasting kimchi in the rendered pork fat right on that skillet in the center of the table, that's a vibe, right? So in this pan here, we have roasted scallion oil that's very savory. Then we have garlic, roasted aromatic flavor. Then we add the kimchi. You're cooking out the cabbage that's been salted, and there's a little sugar in there for a little sweetness. So it'll start to caramelize, and you can tell by the color that that's already changing. We're gonna add a touch of sesame oil to finish. And if you could smell this right now,
Oil.
oh my God. I'm gonna have the camera crew smell this. It's a free gift. This aroma's free. Whoa. I love my job. But I don't have to add a lot to the burger because I don't want it to overpower the burger. All you need is a little bit to balance out the burger, balance out the rich beef, balance out the cheese. It's in the bin. It's ready for service. Let's go. First thing is sauce. I love saucing both sides. As you bite into the burger, you want flavor to hit you from the top of your...
I like to have two sauces. Like a creamy, savory one on top and like a little bit more of an acidic one on the bottom.
palate to the bottom of your palate. Pickles, we're gonna add to the
Like I said, that's his like kimchi burger sauce thing. He didn't really go into it, which I understand.
top bun because when you're biting onto the burger, the first thing you're gonna bite into and taste is probably gonna be the pickle. So it's like a jab to the face. Then you get all the deep beef flavor followed by the kimchi, and it works in this kind of like wave of flavors. It's a flavor journey. On the bottom bun, we're gonna go fresh onion. Not only is it a nostalgic factor, it actually cuts through the richness of the beef and the cheese. Remember the kimchi we roasted earlier? Now this is gonna go on the bottom part of the burger.
Yes.
Most people
Yes, okay,
don't know
good.
that the kimchi is there. It's hiding underneath the patties. When you bite into
The reason you want to have something separating the bottom bun usually from a burger is if you don't, your bottom bun is going to become a soggy piece of crap. So every so often I'll violate the rule. But if you ever wondered why I put down iceberg lettuce, that's why.
to the burger, and you go, wait a minute, there's something in there that's bringing even more flavor to the burger, and you're not quite sure what it is. And that's the hidden secret of the burger. And it hits you last, and it keeps the burger interesting as you eat it. It's a sight. That's a sight right there. And when you look at this, You cannot deny that this is a very
tasty.
well-balanced burger. It's the perfect architectural design. It's a heavy burger, guys. This is a burger you cannot replicate at home. However, it's something that you can always look at and admire. All right, I'm going in.
I hate to be an asshole. Actually, no, I'm going to love being an asshole, but I could probably get pretty close. Except for maybe the kimchi.
Whoa. This burger is the beginning and the end. This is...
I probably couldn't do your Korean burger sauce, but... ah, well. Okay. Cheesy Bacon Bombs is up next.
Hey guys, it's Steve. So a friend of mine posted this awesome looking recipe on my Facebook page. It's for some cheesy bacon bombs. So one look and I knew I was gonna have to make them. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is an incredibly simple recipe and it's pouring down outside right now. So we're gonna do this whole thing in the kitchen. So all you need is some bacon, some of these Pillsbury Grands flaky layers biscuits, and I got the honey butter ones, and then some mozzarella cheese. So the first step is just taking our cheese, and you want to cut these into about 1-inch squares. So we'll cut a piece off, and then we're just going to go like that, and that's all we're looking for. So just little squares just like this. Alright, so now that we've got our mozzarella blocks here, we're going to take our biscuits and I'm just going to cut these in half. The original recipe that I'll post in the description calls for cutting these into quarters, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough. So all you got to do is just take a block of this cheese and just wrap the biscuit around the cheese just like this. And then I got some thick cut bacon, and all we're doing is we're just gonna wrap it all around, and see how I kind of turned it then, so the whole thing is wrapped up by this bacon. And then we're just gonna take a toothpick here and go all the way through to secure it. You could use some of the longer wood skewers, but I didn't have any, so you can see that it's securing it on both sides, and that's it. We'll go ahead and build the rest of these out. Alright, and we'll do this last one here, just about done. And again, just kind of wrap it around and then rotate it so you can get all sides of the biscuit and cheese covered, and get it nice and secured with a toothpick. So there we go. So we've got 8 of these guys prepped. These look awesome.
Okay.
Alright, so I've got some canola oil heated up to 350 in my little cast iron skillet here. I'm just going to do 2 or 3 of these at a time. And I'll be flipping them in just a few minutes once the bacon starts to get brown.
Alright, I think he's using an electric stove, so this amount of bacon is fine, or this oil level is fine. If he was using a gas one, I might be a little scared.
Alright, and all we're going to do is just give these a little flip here. Bacon's getting nice and brown. And then we'll pull these and set these on a paper towel to drain in just a couple minutes. Alright guys, and here we go. So only a few minutes later, these have sat and drained well. Pull that toothpick out there, and you can see how well that stayed together.
Okay, those look delicious, but also look like they're... Oh no, he made a horrible mistake. Oh God, no, you dumb son of a bitch. Everybody see what he... the mistake he made? And I wish they'd pull these fucking things off the market. He used colored toothpicks. I've had to prove to my friends, I don't know how many times, that when you cook with colored toothpicks, the dye that's on the toothpick seeps into your product. Never, ever, ever use colored toothpicks for fucking anything.
Go ahead and try this. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Take one more bite here. Gosh, those are dangerous. Only took a few minutes to make, and the way that cheese pairs with the fried biscuit and bacon, that is unreal good. I meant to mention previously, this recipe came from obiteit.com. So thanks to those guys. I'll put a link in the description so you can go check that out. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
How much time do we have left? Alright, we'll do a little bit of this, Bart. Yeah, we won't have time to finish the whole thing.
Make their favorite pasta dishes. So the next time your family wants pasta, you can give them something totally new and different. Now that is using your noodle. We're going to get cooking very soon, but first, let's meet a few old-fashioned Chinese noodle makers. Every day in Chinatowns all over the world, Chinese share lunch. You can tell I'm hungry.
The 80s.
Wonton noodle soup with some lo mein noodle with green onion and some. I am learning some secret, some professional trick from Dixon and Master Ng from Hawaii and New York Chinatown. We're gonna make beef stir fry over golden crisp skinny wonton noodles. Now, how can you tell? Because I've been cooking this for about 2.5 minutes. It should be nice and brown because I can smell it. Let's check. Hick. Whoa, look at that, nice and golden brown. We'll continue to cook this with a tiny bit extra oil. Tiny bit extra oil. Do it like this. Put it over here in the spatula and you strip it all over. Now, there's one way you can make the noodle pancake golden brown like this. Another way is you do it in the oven. In the oven, you don't have to add any oil. And I'm going to check out what we have done. Whoa, nice and golden brown. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at that, nice and crispy.
So
we
is he
can
making
use
a
both of
pizza
these,
crust
either
out of
bake,
this or
oven
what?
bake, or pan fry in a wok. Okay. In the meantime, I think this is going to be wonderful. Let us sit there. In the meantime, we're going to get everything else ready because we're going to stir fry this with beef and asparagus and onion. Okay. Now, first, we're going to get ready some asparagus. This is asparagus. We're going to cut this asparagus. Of course, sometimes if it's too long, you use to trim this a little bit. Trim the edge, okay? This is just the very bottom of the stem. You just trim it, and then you cut it in a very interesting angle. Instead of cut it this angle, you cut it this angle, okay? 1, 2. You see this? Cut an angle. I'm going to explain to you why you cut this angle.
Okay, yeah, because I'm curious as hell. Why would you cut it at that angle? Teach me, Splinter.
This angle is less fibrous. It's more tender and also more flavor sip into your asparagus. Now, when you buy asparagus, you notice that different season, different places you go, they got big asparagus, giant ones, medium one, and skinny ones. Now, the quality of these are all very good, okay? They're all nice and sweet. all you have to worry about is make sure this is nice and firm. This is very, very tightly closed. That means it's nice and fresh. And this is good for steaming, water blanching, and this is good for stir fry, and this is good to do our beef stir fry too. Okay, now let me show you the difference, okay? If you cut
Actually,
this
the
at an angle
big
like this,
bastard.
you see this? This is about this long. If you cut it like this and an angle, straight, this is this long. The fiber is only this short, the fiber is this long. So this means if you cut it like this, it's much more fibrous. That's the reason why the Chinese chef love to cut it differently. In the meantime, we're going to get ready.
Makes sense.
We have asparagus cut, an onion cut. We're going to show you, cut up some beef. This is a piece of Frank steak, okay? You can actually butterfry this piece of Frank steak. Open it up, and you can, the same knife, and you tenderize this a little bit, and then you can cut it up across the grain. The grain running from this direction to different. Always cut it across the grain. Look at that. Very, very fast like that. And you, when it's all cut up, you put it over here and you transfer it and put it right here. Very simple. And then you're going to marinate this.
Well, sorry, Mr. Miyagi. I'm not cutting it that damn fast.
Let's marinate our beef. Put a tiny bit of rice wine. I love rice wine. Put a tiny bit of soy sauce. This is light soy sauce. But for the beef, you should also use a tiny bit of dark soy. Tiny bit of dark soy, okay? Marinate it. Always use a tiny bit of cornstarch to help to seal in the juice. Always, okay? I always say marinate, marinate. When you do marinate, you should marinate it for about half an hour, at least.
Oh, God, I remember all these guys from my childhood.
10 minutes. But since you cut up everything in such small pieces, all the liquid actually instantly absorbed by the beef fiber, by the beef muscle. This is what you call instant marinade. It's not like you marinate a big piece of meat, okay? Now, we're going to show you how to do this stir-fried beef. You know, I think this is nice and done. Look at this. Ha! Look at that. Nice and golden brown. And aha! Make sure this is great exercise. And when this is nice and done, this is what I call skinny wonton noodle. You can use all kind of noodles. See, this is the noodle that I get from Master Chef. Look at that, skinny wonton noodles. And I'm going to stir fry this with a tiny, tiny bit of oil for the beef. Garlic and ginger. Always use garlic and ginger. Garlic and ginger. Look at that, nice. Marinate the beef for about 15-20 minutes already.
Okay.
This is
All right,
really
making a stir
nice.
fry.
Stir fry. You see? Asparagus doesn't take
I've
too
made
long
enough
to
of
cook,
those
so you
to
don't have
know.
to put it in too early. Whoa, look at this. Stir fry. And then, also another great thing about this is make sure you do not have to do it too long. You see this? Nice. Add the seasoning.
Oh, yeah,
This is
stir
very
frying
nice.
is
I would like to have
instantaneous.
some nice, medium, rare beef, nice and tender. You see, because it's already very nicely sliced. And then asparagus and green onion, or onion. If you don't have onion, just use green onion. And then put a dime of satay sauce. Satay sauce means a seafood sauce, Chinese seafood sauce. If you don't have it, use oyster sauce. Tiny bit of sesame seed oil, tiny bit of chili garlic sauce, tiny bit of broth. Look at this. This is so wonderful. And
So
then
he's cooking steak, but he clearly used chicken broth.
all you have to do is stir this in. Oh, this is so beautiful. You know what? I think I like to have a tiny bit of extra dark color. Look at the difference. Ah, look at that. This is beef stir fry. And it's so beautiful. You know what? The noodle pancake is beautiful. And I think we are ready to serve these right here. Slice the whole noodle pancake right over here. Look at that. And then you slice some of these right over here. This is so wonderful. I love this. You know what? Since I love beef and I love asparagus, so I actually
Okay, I will say that does look like something out of the goddamn 1980s.
use a lot more than I normally need. Look at that. Always make sure this is nice and clean. And that's you have. Look at that. Huh? Beef stir fry over a golden crisp noodle pancake.
Although I'm sure that's fucking delicious.
Whoa, when I was growing up, my mother always reminded me, eat more noodle. For the Chinese, more noodle, longer you live. Long noodle, long life. This is another noodle dish, my favorite, chill noodle salad. I want to show you. Boil this for about 2 to 3 minutes until they're soft. This is not the same as a spaghetti noodle you have to cook for minutes. Now this ice water, look at this. This is ice water. I'm going to chill my noodle in the ice water.
So is that
Dip it
udon
in,
noodles?
Stop the cooking, so it's al dente, okay?
Okay, those look like udon noodles, which are delicious.
Nice.
But yeah, they cook for about 2 minutes, and then you got to slam them in an ice bath, or they'll overcook.
And nice and ready. And then I'm going to let it sit here, let all the water drain off. Now, talking about noodle, there are a lot
Hey, Jake's crew, if you're still here, if you haven't ran away, you think Jake knows how to fucking do that?
of nice noodle. Some are with egg, some are without egg, some are thick, some are skinny, some are flat. Now, this is the yang chunmin, very popular in many parts of China.
Okay, the fact that I just said udon noodles, every single person of Chinese descent wants to kick my ass. By the way, if you think America has problems with racism, go to Japan and ask them their opinion of a Chinaman.
You boil this for about 2.5 to 3 minutes. That's all you need. And then get this ready, and I'm going to make this salad. Here, I have some Napa cabbage, okay? Slightly pickled with a tiny bit of salt, Napa cabbage, okay? And then put
Well, they were, but once my crew showed up, they seemed to have fucked off.
some bean sprout. All together.
Ooh, love
we
bean
do it together.
sprouts.
And then put some honey vinegar dressing. This is the dressing, okay? We're going to put them all together. Now, we're going to save this longevity noodle. And I'm going to put them together, toss it in, and chop up some mint, because I love mint.
So is this like a noodle salad?
Whoa. And also give some color contrast right here. Extra mint, okay? This is flavor with honey and rice vinegar and also mint. This is going to be the salad on the bottom, okay?
So it's
in the meantime, I'm going to show
udon.
you how to make the chill noodle. The noodle is right here. Let's get rid of the water. And this is nice chill noodle, okay? And then we're going to put the dressing in the noodle. Here, I have some black beans. Rinse, and I chop this a little bit, crush it a little bit, okay? And I put it in my dressing. This is chili garlic sauce, a tiny bit of vinegar, a tiny bit of soy sauce, and sesame seed oil. I put this in. If you don't have time to make your black bean sauce, hey, no problem. Hey, buy one of these, and you can actually buy them in the store-bought, okay? And mix them all up. Nice, extra soy sauce.
It looked like it took you 10 seconds to make it. Why wouldn't I just make it myself?
I love soy sauce. Okay. Extra mint. This is all together. And add to the one that we already have made ahead of time. We love it. The great thing about this is you can make all of these way ahead of time, so you don't have to make in the last minute, and toss this whole thing right in here. This is wonderful. Look at this. We toss this. This is a very unique chill noodle dish. Very nice. It is great for snack. It's great for midnight snack, lunch, any time of the day. Hey, more mint. Hey, I love mint. Okay, this is it. I'm going to show you how to put the whole dish together, okay? Very, very easy. Everybody can do it. First, you put the salad. This is the Napa cabbage and bean sprout. Give that wonderful texture, okay? Look at how beautiful this is. Now, we're going to put this over here. And then we'll put the salad, the noodle salad. Toss noodle salad right on top. Look at how beautiful this is. Huh? Look at that. This is a wonderful dish. Everybody
I
can
don't
make
know
at
if
home.
I'd call that a snack.
As my mother always said, eat long noodles to live long life. Extra mint, extra dressing. Look at this. I'm going to show you how to
Although I'm
garnish
sure
this
that's
dish, okay?
delicious, 'cause
Here,
that looks
extra
fucking
mint
good.
right here. And then some garden pea green right here. Look at that. This is so beautiful. This is what we have here. Noodle salad with mint and black bean dressing.
I don't think they have cows or sheep over there.
I am busy again. I'm going to make something very exciting. This is a classic Hong Kong wonton noodle bowl, which I learned from Master Ng from Hawaii, and also how to learn.
All right, I really gotta pee. I'll be right back. Cream cheese wontons, but they might be American. Remember, the Chinese food we get in America is completely different from what they have over in China.
Learn how to make all the
But I love cream cheese wontons, so I don't care if they're American or not. They're fucking delicious.
wonton wrappers from Dixon. Here, I use the shrimp shell. Look at this, the shrimp shell. When you shell the shrimp, don't throw the shell away, because I'm going to use this to make seafood broth. This is what the Chinese and the Thai people do all the time. So,
well, I always get my shrimp shelled, so I can't help you, buddy.
Got a wonderful fresh seafood broth over there. In the meantime, I also have cooked some wonton. Whoa, look at this beautiful wonton. After you cook this wonton, you know what? You should put it.
Okay, I've never boiled my wontons. I've always fried them. So maybe I'm doing them wrong.
In a tiny bit of water so they don't get stuck. That means you can cook it ahead of time and get ready for your wonton noodle bowl. The broth is.
Or does he par cook them in the water and then finish them off in the fryer? Because they've turned out delicious. I'm not saying that.
It's getting ready, and I don't want to waste time. Okay, I'm going to do some wonton noodle. What's the difference between the regular noodle and the wonton noodle? This is something I also learned from Dixon in New York, Chinatown. You see, wonton noodles, tiny bit of egg, wheat flour, but very skinny. This long, look at that, this is long. And then when you cook them, they curl up like this, and this is the wonton skinny noodle. This is also very good to make noodle pancake. I'm going to put over here and let it bring to a boil, okay? In the meantime, let us use this long cooking chopsticks. While we're bringing this to a boil, we want to get everything else ready.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Wonton to make this wonton noodle bowl. Here, wonton wrappers. This actually sent by Dixon. Okay, wonton wrappers.
Oh
These are
God, I
thin
love
wonton
those. In fact, I made egg roll mozzarella sticks tonight.
Very, very thin. And then you use.
Oh, and you better believe that'll be a future episode of Dave's Cooking Show.
The filling. What's the?
And hey, Jake, you think you can recreate that, buddy? Jake?
Filling. I have shrimp and have ground meat. You can use any ground meat, marinated with a tiny bit of green onion and a tiny bit of. Oh.
Come on, all your little minions are here. Where'd they go?
Salt and pepper and sesame seed oil. And then we'll show you how the restaurant chef do it, okay? This is how you do it. Shrimp and ground meat, put a whole bunch right over here, okay? A whole bunch. And then you use your hand. You go like this, push, 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 push. And you push it, and just squeeze it like that. And you have 1 ton, okay? Now I have 1 ton, 2 ton, 3 ton. I have a lot of tons here. Then there's another way the Chinese chef can do it, particularly when you do it at home. You put a tiny bit right here. Look at this. Put a tiny bit of right in the middle here. And then you fold it in. Look at this. You fold it in the triangle like that. You see this? Because this is meat, it will stick together. Put a tiny bit of egg wash or water. Put it in the end. Look at it. You twist this. You push this. And you have this. This is wonderful. This not only you can do it for wonton soup, you can also do for deep frying. Because you know why? When you deep fry this, a lot of crispiness, a lot of the dough. So this is a...
See, I always just put a bit of cream cheese, fold the entire triangle over, and seal it with water.
little bit, this is a little bit different than this. This is good for restaurant when they make wonton soup. I think our noodle is ready. Let's get ready. Look at this. Very nice. This is how the Chinese chef do it. Oh, shake them a little bit. Shake them a little bit. And then squeeze a tiny bit of sesame seed oil and toss it a little bit. Oh, this way. Everything is very tasty. I'm going to put it in this bowl right here. This is the wonton noodle, okay? And this is the wonton. We'll put a few wonton on the side, okay? This is, I like to have 8 of these because it's good luck number. And then, another thing. I want to make sure you have enough broth. Now, to make the broth, I have some yellow chive, some red pepper, some green onion, and you know what? I want to show you how easy it is to make this wonderful dish, okay? Now, this is so beautiful. This is wonton noodle. Look at the color. Look at how beautiful this is. And then, extra red pepper, extra this, extra green onion. Hey, want to make it nice and wonderful. Extra green onion and extra sesame seed, toasted sesame seed. You know what? You can actually use any filling. Oh, look at this. I can even use lobster, cream cheese. And when this is nice and done, we're going to put this right over here. Look at that. Hong Kong wonton noodle bowl, a classic. This is a satisfying meal for your whole family to enjoy.
Well, he boiled them. I've always fried my wontons. But you know what? His show, his dish. That's the only thing that he's made that is... But, again, I've had wonton soup, and they kind of look like that. So, I don't know.
Joy. It is time like this when I remember why I love my job. I hope you have fun and learn something too. Remember, if Yan can noodle run, so can you. 再见.
Okay. All right, a little bit more, a few more. Or should I go over to Twitch? Alright, we'll do this and then I'll decide. Something penne recipe.
Today, we're going to learn how to make delicious penne pasta from scratch. This classic Italian dish is loved by many for its versatility and rich flavor. So, let's get started with our step-by-step guide. Step 1. Gathering ingredients.
What are the ingredients?
The first step in making penne pasta is gathering all the necessary ingredients.
What are the ingredients for this dish?
Here's what you'll need. 1. 12 ounces, 340 g of penne pasta.
Okay, that's actually rigatoni, but you do you.
2. 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Okay.
3. 1 medium onion, finely chopped.
Okay.
4. 3 cloves of garlic, minced.
Okay.
5. 1 can, 14.5 ounces of diced tomato.
No. Now you lost me. Now you fucked it all up. I hate if I'm gonna do diced tomatoes in a pasta dish, I'm just gonna get some fucking Roma tomatoes.
6. 1 can, 8 ounces of tomato sauce. 7. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. 8.
I think I've already had like ChatGPT give me this.
1 teaspoon of dried basil. 9. Salt and pepper to taste. 10. Grated Parmesan cheese, optional, for garnish. Step 2. Cooking the pasta. In a large pot, bring water to a boil. Once the water is boiling,
Okay, your fucking video sucks. Your audio sucks. And your recipe sucks.
add a generous
I don't know what this AI shit is, but you got the recipe from an AI, you got the video from an AI. This is trash.
of salt to season the pasta. Now, add the penne pasta to the boiling water and cook it according to the package instructions or until it's al dente. Step 3. Preparing the sauce. While the pasta is cooking, let's prepare the sauce.
This is why AI is not coming for anyone's job. If your pasta is already cooking and you're making a red sauce, you're fucked. The red sauce is not going to have enough time to get melded together and blended before the pasta is cooked to fuck. Are there exceptions to the rule? Sure. Cacio e pepe, carbonara, aglio e olio, or aglio e olio. There are exceptions, but if it's a red sauce, no, red sauces take time.
In a separate
That's why they're called Sunday fucking gravy.
pan, heat the olive oil over medium heat. Add the finely chopped onion and sauté until it becomes translucent, about 2-3 minutes.
Well, the video I know is made with an AI, and I'm guaranteeing you the recipe is too.
Then, add the minced garlic and continue to cook for another minute. Step 4. Making the tomato sauce.
So you do the tomato sauce and the garlic and onion in the... What?
Now, it's time to add the diced tomatoes and tomato sauce to the pan. Stir them together with the sautéed onions and garlic. Next, add the dried oregano, dried basil, salt, and pepper to taste. Reduce the heat to low and let the sauce simmer for about 10-15 minutes, allowing the flavors to meld together.
Yeah, did you bother to bring up that you're going to need to blend all this shit in a blender?
Step 5. Finishing touches. By now, your penne pasta should be perfectly cooked.
You just said 10 to 15 minutes. Penne pasta does not take 10 to 15 minutes to cook.
To meld together. Step 5. Finishing touches. By now, your penne pasta should be perfectly cooked. Drain the pasta using a colander in the sink and then transfer it back to the pot. Now, pour the prepared tomato sauce over the cooked penne pasta and gently toss everything together until the pasta is evenly coated with the sauce.
By the way, you might want to put the sauce in a blender. I'm just saying.
Step 6. Serving. Your delicious...
Alright, again, I can kick the shit out of this fucking AI recipe any day of the week. Alright, I think I'm gonna go jump on Twitch and watch something on there. There's gotta be something, I don't know, show. Anyway, hope to see everyone there. This video just about killed me. Yeah, AI isn't coming for anyone's fucking job.